A lake that makes you feel like you've stepped into a strawberry milkshake? Well, welcome to Lake Repa. Nestled in the heart of Senegal, this natural wonder is a sight to behold, with its distinct pink hue giving it an otherworldly charm. But don't let its sweet appearance fool you. Lake Repa is as salty as they come. The lake's high salt content, which can rival even that of the Dead Sea, is what gives it its unique color. Microscopic organisms known as Dunaliella salina thrive in these salty waters, turning the lake into a pink paradise. And it's not just the color that's fascinating. The lake is also home to hardworking salt collectors, who brave the salty waters daily to harvest its precious mineral. They cover their bodies in shea butter to protect their skin from the harsh salt, a sight that's as remarkable as the lake itself. So, next time you're in need of a salt fix, for our next trick, we present to you a lake that plays hide and seek better than any toddler, Lake Cachet 2. Nestled in the heart of Chile, this lake is a master magician, performing its vanishing act overnight, leaving the audience, the local fauna and flora, in a state of shock and awe. This disappearing act isn't just about theatrics, though. It's a result of glacial lake outburst floods, a phenomenon where the water in the lake drains out through subterranean channels in the glacier that feeds it. Imagine going to bed beside a full-fledged lake and waking up to an empty basin. This unique occurrence has baffled and fascinated scientists and tourists alike. But don't worry, the lake isn't gone for good. It refills gradually, only to prepare for its next grand disappearing act. So if you're planning a visit, make sure it hasn't decided to play hide and seek that looks like it's been painted by Picasso himself. Then you haven't seen Peyto Lake. Tucked away in the heart of Canada's Banff National Park, Peyto Lake is a masterpiece of nature's own making. This lake is not your typical blue or green, but a mesmerizing shade of turquoise. It's as if a giant artist dipped a brush in the sky and then swept it across the lake's surface. But what's the secret behind this stunning hue? It's all thanks to glacier rock flour that flows into the lake from the nearby Peyto Glacier. This fine powder refracts light, creating a spectrum of blues and greens that make the lake look like a watercolor painting. And the best part? This vibrant color changes with the seasons and the time of day, offering a new masterpiece every time you visit. So, if you're an art enthusiast, Peyto Lake is your canvas. Of murky waters and want something crystal clear, Blue Lake in New Zealand won't disappoint. Nestled in the heart of Nelson Lakes National Park, Blue Lake boasts the world's clearest natural fresh water. Its clarity is so remarkable that you can see objects submerged at a depth of over 80 meters. This pristine water body is held sacred by the local Maori Iwi Rotoiti. They call it Rotomare Whenua, which translates to the Lake of Peaceful Lands. Now, how's that for a serene escape? The lake's exceptional clarity is a result of its natural filtration system. Water from a neighboring lake seeps into Blue Lake through a natural underground spring, taking nearly 100 years to complete the journey. This natural filtration process removes nearly all particles, leaving the water in Blue Lake exceptionally clear. So, if you're a fan of clarity, both in life and in lakes, Blue Lake is the place to be. Who needs city lights when you've got a lake that glows in the dark? Welcome to Vadu Island. Now you might be thinking, glowing lake? That's straight out of a fairy tale. But let me assure you, it's pure, beautiful science. This mesmerizing spectacle is all thanks to a natural phenomenon called bioluminescence. The tiny marine critters called phytoplankton are the real stars of the show here. These little guys emit light when disturbed, creating a celestial-like effect on the water surface. Imagine a starry night, but the stars are beneath your feet, twinkling and shimmering with each ripple of the water. The best part? This happens all year round. It's like Mother Nature's own version of Christmas lights, but way cooler and definitely more sustainable. So pack your bags and don't forget your sense of wonder. So if you're looking for a natural light show, Vadu Island's got you covered. If you're into the macabre, then Lake Natron, with its deadly waters, will be right up your alley. Nestled in the arid plains of northern Tanzania, this lake holds a deadly secret. Its waters are so alkaline that they can burn the skin and eyes of animals that aren't adapted to it. Now that's a beauty with a bite. This lethal lake's high alkalinity comes from the sodium carbonate and other minerals that flow into it from the surrounding hills. Interesting, isn't it? These same waters, which are deadly for most creatures, provide a safe breeding ground for one resilient bird, the lesser flamingo. Talk about finding a silver lining. But don't let its deadly reputation fool you. Lake Natron is stunningly beautiful. Its waters shift from rust red to pink to magenta, depending on the concentration of microorganisms and the angle of the sun. So, if you're into lakes with a deadly allure, Lake Natron is your go-to. Pink lakes were a one-off. Lake Hillier is here to prove you wrong. Nestled on the edge of Middle Island off the coast of Western Australia, Lake Hillier has a unique claim to fame. It's pink. Yes, you heard that right, a bright bubblegum shade of pink. Now you might be wondering, what makes it so pink? That, my friends, is a mystery that scientists are still trying to unravel. One popular theory suggests that the color may be due to the presence of a specific type of algae or bacteria. Others believe it could be the result of a reaction between the salt and the sodium bicarbonate found in the water. Despite the uncertainty, one thing is clear. Lake Hillier is a sight to behold. Its vibrant hue contrasts beautifully against the deep blue of the surrounding ocean, creating a spectacle that's both breathtaking and bewildering. So if you like a little mystery with your lakes, Lake Hillier is the one for you. Lake, the deepest lake in the U.S., is so blue it might just give the sky a complex. Nestled in the heart of Oregon, this natural wonder is a sight to behold. Its breathtaking beauty is magnified by its depth, plunging to an astounding 1,943 feet. That's deeper than the Empire State Building is tall, y'all. This lake is not just deep, it's ancient. Formed over 7,000 years ago when a violent eruption triggered the collapse of a tall peak. Now the tranquil waters of Crater Lake fill the caldera, creating a mesmerizing view that has been captivating visitors for generations. And did you know? The intensity of its blue color is due to its depth and clarity. The water is so clear that it absorbs all colors of the spectrum except for blue. So if you're looking for depth and beauty, Crater Lake is where you need to be. Last but definitely not least, we bring you a cascade of wonders, the Plitvice Lakes. Nestled in the heart of Croatia, imagine, if you will, 16 azure lakes, each linked to the next in a cascading symphony of waterfalls. It's as if Mother Nature herself painted a masterpiece, complete with a palette of turquoise, teal, and sapphire. These lakes aren't just ordinary bodies of water. They're alive, constantly changing and evolving, sculpted by the water's relentless journey through limestone and chalk over thousands of years. A living, breathing testament to the power and beauty of nature. Did you know? These lakes have been attracting awestruck visitors since the late 19th century and were declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the late 20th century. So if you're a fan of waterfalls and stunning views, Plitvice Lakes is your paradise. Well, folks, our journey through the top 10 coolest lakes has come to an end. From the laughter at the first lake, the surprises of the vanishing act, to the mesmerizing glow of Vadu Island, we've seen it all. We've explored the salty, the clear, the deadly, and the simply astonishing. It's been a pleasure sharing these wonders with you. Remember, there's a whole world of lakes out there, waiting for you to dive in. Until our next adventure, stay cool and keep